Hey friends, Tim Mann here, Church Builders International, with this week's edition of 2 Minutes of Healing. 2 Minutes of Healing, where I bring one verse of Scripture from the Bible and expound upon it to assist you and I in our journey of healing and health. Let's get right into our verse today. This is part number 2 from Luke chapter 8, verse 50. Luke chapter 8, verse 50. Last week we talked about fear. This week we're going to talk about believe. We find a story where a man named Jairus, who was a minister, he was the leader of a synagogue, came to Jesus and said, "My little daughter is lying at the point of death, but if you come and lay your hands on her, she will live. She'll be healed and not die." So Jesus went, but as they went, someone from the synagogue came and said, "Your daughter is dead. Do not trouble the master anymore." But Jesus, when he heard that, answered him and said, "Fear not, only believe, and she shall be made whole." We talked about fear last week. Go back and re-listen to that video. But listen, let's talk today about belief. Fear and belief are two contrary forces. You can't be in fear and believe at the same time. Only believe. What do we mean when we say believe? Well, believe it or not, is a verb. It's an action. It means putting your faith into motion. And it's actually the word faith, but faith is a noun, so believe is the verb form. Believing is loosing your faith and putting it into motion. To believe means that you act like it. To believe means that you begin to think and act differently. Believe is putting my faith into motion. Jesus told this minister, "Don't quit now. You said if I'd go pray for her that she would live and she would not die." Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to fall apart? No, he said, you just keep believing. And so they went. Jesus went in. He ministered to that little girl, called her back from the dead, and she sat up healed and whole. Are you believing or are you in fear? Listen, it's time to break the power of fear. It's time to activate your believing and watch and see as your prayers get answered. God bless you. We'll be back next week with another edition of 2 Minutes of Healing.